It is just a huge honor for me to be podcast interviewing Brendan Gray. Thank you so much.
I must say it's a pleasure on behalf of 21st Century Grass for us to be here. Huge fan of yourself and really excited to be here.
21st Century, I thought you were from Grey's Anatomy and you were either Dr. McSteamy or Dr. McDreamy.
I'll take both of those.
You'll take both of those?
I'll take both of those. Anything with a doctor.
So I've known Brendan since he was in the 5th grade. So I got 4 boys, Eric, Greg, Ryan, and Zach. My baby, Zach, went to school with you on Liberty Lane from, you guys started out at Aki Mall, Estrella.
Yep.
And then after that, you went next door to Aki Mall.
Yep.
And then next door to that, Desert Vista. And I consider you just another one of my sons. I mean, I've known you before you knew me, and I'm so excited to have you on because you started your own business, and a lot of kids. So you graduated 2013. This is 2018.
Yes.
So according to algebra, geometry, and trig, you've been out 5 years.
It's been 5 years, just about. Yep.
And you've already started your own business. There's so many kids that graduate in 2013 that hate their job. They hate everything, but they know, there's so many businesses you could start in Ahwatukee. Like, for instance, like I have a jacuzzi. There's not one company in Ahwatukee that cleans your damn jacuzzi. Really? Every pool man I say, I know like one guy in Queen Creek, and I know. So there's so many businesses, and you picked a business that a lot of these people listening to, if you said, this business, 21st Century Grass, we take out your grass and put in artificial grass. They'd say, I don't think that would work. Damn, it's working.
Right. There's always going to be the naysayers, the negativity, on an idea, but it's about executing it. It's actually about doing it.
I'm so damn proud of you. Let me read your bio. You, 21stcenturygrass.com, or on facebook.com/21st Century Grass, or on Instagram at 21st Century Grass AZ, is a vertically integrated synthetic grass installation and products company. The 21st Century Grass was founded by Corey Goodlander, who also graduated from Desert Vista in 2013. Big shout out to Corey. These guys have all been in my house over the years. After beginning a landscape maintenance company in Ahwatukee, synthetic grass became an apparent niche that created the specialized company that is 21st Century Grass. Today, Brendan Gray became a co-owner in the company shortly after its founding and is a leader in their team of artificial grass experts. 21st Century Grass vertically integrated their company and created ETurf Artificial Grass Wholesale. After getting a special introduction to one of the largest manufacturers in the space, they were able to customize their own unique high-performing grass. This allows for total quality control and installation and products that go into making your perfect synthetic lawn. That's a great idea. How many of you that graduated from Desert Vista in the last few years think, artificial grass? I don't think that's a business. Right. And you've been crushing it for 2 years.
Yep, 2 years specialized in synthetic grass. As I mentioned in the bio, my partner, Corey, the actual founder of the company, so they started a landscape maintenance company, and like it mentions in there as well, just saw the niche. Eventually customers ask, hey, do you guys do synthetic grass? So took on that project, saw the niche, and there's a story behind that whole scenario, which then was the birth to 21st Century Grass. Corey founded the company, which has its whole story behind it, but yeah.
So, kids, what do you hear them say? Business is supply and demand. Business in 3 words, supply and demand. They were out there hearing people asking for this, so they thought, well, let's create a company to do this. What do a lot of people do? I think everybody needs this. Well, does anybody ask you for it? Is anybody, is this just your idea? Then you better test it, Mark. But you're filling in demand. Same thing at jacuzzi. Every pool cleaner in Ahwatukee tells me, you can't find a guy that does jacuzzi. There's a business. Right. So you guys, you had a landscape business that was doing the yard work, the mowing, the bushes, the grass, and all that. And what were people come out saying? Why did they want artificial grass?
Just traditional sod here, at least in a plethora of areas, and definitely here in the desert, just doesn't make sense in the long term for a lot of people. They have shade over the grass. It doesn't look good because the grass is shaded, so they want it to look good. The maintenance is just an issue. There's a whole bunch of issues that come along with having your grass, the cost of having grass over time, and people just don't want to deal with it. They want to just be able to look. It looks great all the time, and you don't have to worry about it. It's a one-time, cost, and that's where the demand comes for. Is people want their yards to look good, but they don't want to do anything to it. They don't want to maintenance it. They don't want to pay to maintenance it. So that's what's great about the synthetic grass.
Well, cost is always huge in anything.
Right.
I mean, people say, well, what's the nicest car in the world? Well, I assume you could say a Lamborghini, but at $300,000, they only sell 100 a year in the United States.
Right.
So the reason the Ford Taurus is the most selling car is not because it's the nicest car. I'm sure a lot of the people that have a Ford Taurus like to trade it even Steven for a Lamborghini.
Right. It meets that demand.
But I'd rather have a $30,000 car than a $300,000 car.
Right.
So this client, I'm trying to think of the demographics.
Right.
Was it usually small houses, medium-sized, mansions? What kind of customer?
It's all across the board. The company, the maintenance companies, started here in probably more of the affluent neighborhood, where we would, go door knocking, and so those were the first customers asking
For your landscaping.
it.
And where are the affluent areas in Ahwatukee?
That would be probably the more affluent areas in Ahwatukee is going to be Equestrian.
Okay,
Equestrian is the more affluent area in Ahwatukee. Club West,
Club West.
I would definitely say Equestrian is going to be the more affluent area, and that's where the door knocking for that company started.
What's that place in the foothills where you drive up the mountain area?
That's going to be Tapestry Canyon. So that's
called Tapestry Canyon.
There's a few different little communities just like that. I would say Equestrian, has the biggest majority of real estate that is high priced. The highest value in real estate is probably right here.
So were the equestrian people more likely to get the artificial grass, or not really?
That's where we just focused our efforts at the beginning, but that's definitely not the only. That wasn't they're not the people who are going to be only interested in it.
So when you say they don't like the maintenance, is that more likely to be someone who just hates yard work, or is it maybe an elderly person that doesn't want to push a lawnmower anymore? Is it because I hate yard work, or is it because I'm too old to do yard work?
In Arizona, in order to keep up a lawn, you have to have 2 different lawns a year, and it's just a lot of work. And I think that's the biggest thing, is just keeping up on top of that and staying up on top of the landscaper to stay on top of it, because a lot of times the landscaper, they're having a bunch of issues, whether there's shade in the area and they can't get it to grow no matter what you do, and now they just have a muddy pit. I would say that's probably the biggest motivation, is just having a dirty lawn that is just not functioning. They can't keep up with it. Kids and dogs are bringing grass and mud in the house. They have allergies. There's so many reasons. And I would say that one is a reoccurring reason that I see over and over again.
Now, do you still have a landscaping business?
We do not.
So I want to nail down a single business model scenario.
Okay.
So you started at Equestrian Center, and we were talking about cost. When you were doing a land maintenance company, and just say it was clients in Equestrian, what was their average monthly cost to do their yard work? 2 lawns a year round?
Probably $100 to maintenance the lawn. If you took that water bill and
no, just for the land, to have the yard guy come.
Just for the lawn,
cutting
just for
bushes, trimming,
right,
managing the sprinkler heads. You did all that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what did that average person pay just for that?
Okay.
What was that account worth a month?
Really small amount of money. So that's probably worth, $150 a month or something like that.
So you paid $150 a month?
That's what the company would most likely get paid for, just a maintenance account for every month.
So $150 a month, when you had a lawn discount, that would cut the grass, the trees, the trims, the bushes, all that stuff like that.
Yard,
Sprinklers are broke, you'd fix all that stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so when that person decides, I'm just trying to focus on cost.
Yep.
I don't want to pay $150 a month into the end of time, in perpetuity.
Right.
How much would it cost to take out all of his grass and then put in. Oh, and then you were talking about the other cost, which is the water.
Right.
What do you think that
could
guy's increased water bill was a month having that yard?
It does range, but I would say the average yard probably $50 at
$50.
least.
And I'll tell you one
say.
thing. I moved here in '87, so I've been here 30 years. You're not even 30. You're 23, right? The water bill, oh my God, compared to 30, I mean, it's just going like that.
Yep.
I mean, obviously.
Right.
We're in a desert. And
right.
So that $50 water bill 10 years from now will absolutely be 100.
Right.
I mean, water ain't getting cheaper.
No.
Do you remember that but anyway, I don't want to get so that's $200 a month. So what did that guy on average pay to take out all that grass and replace it with 21st century grass?
You're looking at an average cost for $4,000.
That's it, $4,000.
$4,000. You're looking at about 3 years ish to get that payback. The grass will last for 15 to 25 years, depending on traffic.
Okay, say it again. Repeat that. So $4,000 to take that out.
Yep, about $4,000 roughly is probably going to be what the cost to replace and take out and replace your existing grass with synthetic grass. You're going to be looking at about $200 to maintenance that lawn-ish a month. So you take 200 times 3 years. That's going to be
so $4,000, and now you would get rid of the $200 a month. So $4,000 divided by 200, that means in 20 months.
Yep, that's going to be paid off.
20.
And the cost might be a little bit high. That's probably more of an average number. But yeah, so you're roughly looking at a 3-year payoff time for your synthetic grass lawn. Whether it's 400 square feet, obviously the price per square foot is going to be the 400 square feet, and then the price per square foot. So that's the cost is going to be less.
400 square feet is the average yard.
Yes, I would say 400 to 500 square feet is going to be the average size yard that gets done. Yep.
Okay, I'm your buddy. I love you. I respect you. I admire you. But this is Ahwatukee Uncensored, so I got to ask the tough questions.
Absolutely.
So I'm sitting here just trying to think, why my homies in Ahwatukee, what the big negatives would be.
Yep.
What if she was a big environmentalist, fighting global warming, all that kind of stuff, and she's saying, is this good for the environment?
Right.
What would you say to her?
A lot of the synthetic grass that is, in 15, 20 years is then taken out is not just going into landfills. It's going to be recycled. They take that.
So you said 15 to 20 years?
Yep.
Is that about the lifetime of it?
Yes.
15 to 20.
The grass, first of all, is going to last 15 to 20 years. Some cases longer.
And how does fake grass fail? Does it just get bleached? Does it?
It fails from deterioration and discoloration are probably the main.
Discoloration is the main thing?
Those are going to be the main things. And
it seems weird that it would discolor after 20 years of being
just
irradiated by the Arizona desert sun. I mean, when I walk outside, if you walk out my front door in the summer, I think it feels like it's like 9.2 miles from the sun.
Yep.
I mean,
I know.
so 22 decades of that would bleach anything.
Yep. And exactly.
I moved here, and within 10 years, the sun cooked off all my hair. I had so much amazing hair. I looked like Fabio in '87, and now look at me. I look like I was microwaved. So 15 to 20 years, it bleached out. That's basically the problem.
That or traffic. Not necessarily. If there's a product failure, that's usually going to be the thing. Is it's discoloration and deterioration, and those things are covered under the warranty as well. These products are warranted, which is nice. It is a 15-year warranty on the grass products itself.
Dude, get rid of that. Get rid of that, dude.
No warranty.
Okay, you're 23. I'm 55.
It is a manufacturer warranty.
Yeah. Oh, from the manufacturers. You're not financing on the hook for that?
No, not necessarily. So
you're on the hook for installation.
Yup. The warranty works actually in our favor. So 8 years.
Okay, but let me ask you this to your homies out there: does their car last 15 years?
Most likely not.
What did you buy in the last 2 years that's going to last 15 years? Motorcycle, cars, right? You buy the nicest Ford 150. It's not going to last 15 years.
Right.
So, and so the question is, at how long of a warranty does it, they say, well, I'm not going to buy it. They're not buying because of a 15-year warranty. So knock it down to 10 because I'm telling you, time goes by so fast. I mean, I blinked and I was your age.
Yep.
But you don't want to be on the hook for something for 15 years
so
now.
The way the warranty works, so it is a prorated warranty. So 8 years, there's 100% coverage, and that's backed by the manufacturer.
Okay, cut it off at 8.
And just call it boom.
Yeah, call it boom, man.
The way we've been doing it is then the years 9 through 12 is a 50% on the grass products. So what that means is it's a 50%.
Yeah.
Actually, what it actually means is a 50% discount for them to buy the product from us again.
Yeah, but see, when they buy the product again, you don't have a 50% profit margin.
No,
I
it's
mean, when
break
you go
even
in-
at that point.
Yeah, so you don't.
break
You,
even.
so why are you doing free work when they've enjoyed something for 15 years?
Right.
Just cut it off at 8, or
And
I'd go 5.
Yeah.
I mean, people always come into my office and they say, "Well, how long are you gonna warranty your crown?" Dude, God made your first tooth and it broke in half. Now you're gonna have a monkey without a tail make your next tooth, and what, it's supposed to last till you go to heaven? I
Right.
mean, are you eating ice? I mean, here they are eating ice. They're not flossing. They're not doing all that stuff. And their first all-natural set broke in half. I mean, in my office, 5 years.
5 years.
5 years, because I'm gonna do your work, and then you're gonna go home and eat chips, ice, chew your fingernails.
Do things to break the warranty.
They use their teeth as a tool all day long. You know how many times you see people circle, they buy a bottle of water.
Right.
You know, and then I'm supposed to what, warranty at 15 years? so 5 years is the typical.
And it covers the discoloration. So if it is a manufacturer failure, that's what it covers. There's a list of things that is not covered on the warranty. Regular, wear and tear. So if they're doing things like chewing on their teeth like they're not supposed to, and vice versa, playing on their grass like they're not supposed to, doing things that basically void the warranty.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing devil's advocate.
Okay, absolutely.
What if I have a dog?
Uh-huh.
He goes out there and starts digging. I mean, can I have artificial grass and a dog out running around the backyard?
More times, and that's a huge reason why people want to get the synthetic grass. And it's interesting that you bring that up. So today I was actually on an appointment where that was the situation, and but in my experience, it deters the dog from going ahead and wanting to dig because there's not problems with the grass. That's what makes the dog want to dig. When it's muddy, dirty, they just start digging at it. They realize
You're a big dog lover.
Yep, I'm a dog. I have a big dog. She has synthetic grass.
It's a bulldog, isn't it?
An American bulldog. Yep.
It's a frightening dog to me. When you
Yep.
come over with your dog, I was
Oh,
hiding in the other room. I say, Brandon, I swear to God, if that dog kills me. I gotta tell you, my dog. You know why I'm afraid of your dog?
Yep.
But do you know why?
Why?
Did I ever tell you a story?
It's got the bite force of a tiger.
No, what it was is when I married my boy's mother, one of the first questions she asked me, she goes, "Where did you get that scar on the back of your butt?" Well, I mean, I've never seen the back of my butt, and so I don't know. And I said, I know. She goes, "You don't know where you got that scar?" But I always wondered my whole life. Here I was a varsity wrestler in high school. I was in karate and I was in Golden Glove boxing, and I wasn't afraid of really anything. But I mean, a little dog would walk by and my heart would start beating.
Right.
And I thought, why are you afraid of that little dog? You could throw it on the roof.
Right.
So then, your mother one time we were home and she asked my mom. She says, "Grandma Colleen, where did Howard get that scar?" She goes, "Oh, I felt so sorry for him. He was 2 years old. He's walked across the yard, and the big German Shepherd from the next door came down, knocked him down, and took a big bite out of his ass."
Oh man.
And I thought, and then I'm remembering the dental school lectures where they're saying you can't treat anxiety because basically someone scared him in their mouth, and it's usually a pediatrician with a popsicle stick making you gag. It might have been a dentist. But once that's in their head, you can't really get it out of their head.
Right.
Because I had been fighting my whole life, like, damn, Howard, it's a poodle. Why are you afraid of a poodle?
Yep.
But every time a little dog goes, I was like on defense, and then you bring over a freaking lion, tiger.
And it's not cool.
What is
It's
it, a
not cool.
bulldog?
It is an American bulldog. It's technically a pit bull.
It is a big dog.
Yep, she's a nice girl.
But
I'll
never.
Yeah.
And that's why I have 3 cats.
Yep.
Because they never bit me on the butt.
Yep.
And so if you had, so you're not seeing problems with,
It
you're not having
deters
to
the
do
dog.
warranty work for people having dogs digging it up or tearing it up.
As of now, we have not had to do warranty work for the dogs tearing up grass. So I think it deters them from wanting to do it because the grass, it's first of all, it's nailed down. they can try to paw at it,
How long
and
are
it's
the
not
nails?
going to go really anywhere. The nails are 3.5 inches. They get nailed down and then covered with infill, so they're not going to be exposed at any point.
Is it hard to drive a nail 3.5 inches in the ground?
No, for the professionals, it's very simple.
Yeah.
But
You know what the number one complaint on all yards are that my patients have consistently told me for 30 years? Number
What's
one
that?
complaint.
What's
number
that?
one. And number two, I'd say number one would be the 80%. Because, I've been talking to people in Tukey for 3 decades. It's the noise of the blower. It's just the noise.
Saturday
People say,
morning. Yep.
my God, and so many people are now saying, when you're in a neighborhood and all these people use all these different companies, it's 7 days a week
Right.
at 6 o'clock.
It's hard to get away. Yeah.
And
hard to
I
get away from it.
imagine, even when my yard people come, I can't even tape a podcast. You know how many
Right.
times we get there to tape podcasts and we just
In the
say,
middle of a podcast.
I just don't,
Yep.
just do it without the blowing. Well, do you want us to go back? No, I don't care. When I grew up in Kansas, there were no such thing as a blower. I never even
Right.
heard of a blower until I was 25.
Yeah, it's cheating.
And in some of these countries, I think they're smarter than America in the fact that they have regulations on light pollution. So, like when you're in an American big city like Phoenix, you can't see the Milky Way. But when you're in Scandinavia, where they just little things like on the street lights, they put a little hat on the top.
Yep, a dimmer helps dim it down.
So the light goes down. It
Right.
doesn't reflect back in the sky. And you go to some of these just little bitty things. And some places they just turn off the street lights at a certain time.
Right.
Why do you have? Why do you need street lights from midnight to 4 in the morning? It doesn't even make sense.
They're wasting.
Gosh, they don't have any regulation on noise either.
No.
So these blowers, and then if you're worried about environmentalism, think of 20 years of not having a crew burning gasoline in a lawnmower, in a blower, the weed eater, and I have to go get my Lexus checked for exhaust emissions every year to get my little sticker. They don't have to do that for their lawnmower, their weed eater, their blower, and there's a lot of really good research to say America's lawnmowers
Are putting out the
emissions of
Yep.
the cars on the street.
Yep.
And everybody talks about auto emission, and they don't want to talk about the fact that what's a bigger emission than autos on planet Earth?
Yep.
There's 7.5 billion humans, and they eat 1 billion cows a year.
Yep.
Those 1 billion cows farting. I'm serious.
No
1
kidding.
billion farting cows puts more greenhouse gases in the sky than the 7.5 billion humans.
Wow.
And so nothing's really black and white. Everything is a trade-off. But man, I would love to have to do it just to not have the yard bill.
Yep.
I would love to have to do it not to listen to blowers once a week for an hour. I wish all my neighbors did it so I wouldn't have to listen to their blowers. I wish Ahwatukee, and I don't want to be big government. I don't like talking about religion, sex, politics, or violence. I know those are stressful, toxic subjects, but God, wouldn't it be nice if you just couldn't have land maintenance people on Sundays?
Right.
Could we just sleep in 1 day a week without getting woken up by a blower at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Yep.
They're
They're learning, they're changing, they're developing.
Are they?
They're developing new communities to have desert scapes.
Yeah.
So they are not putting in the lawns anymore. A newly built community in the front yards that the builder is responsible for landscaping. It's very low maintenance. So they are
Do
learning.
they still need drip lines and stuff?
They
or?
do have drip irrigation and stuff like that, but it's usually, the smarter desert plants where it's less irrigation necessities. And so they are getting smarter. Cities are offering rebates to get people to do it, to
Is
do the
Phoenix doing
synthetic
it?
grass. Yep. So
Cities are doing rebates for synthetic grass here in Phoenix?
it's usually a small amount. It's like 400 square feet.
But it is going on?
They do offer rebates. Yep.
Well, who's in charge of that? Do you have information about it on your website?
Local municipalities are in charge of it. It does vary. We do not have information on our website, unfortunately.
But do you know who's the man in charge of that?
of all the rebates?
This is Tukey Town. I don't give a shit about Chandler and Chetney
Got
or
it.
Maricopa. This
So
is
in
Tukey.
Phoenix, it's going to be the city of Phoenix that would be in charge of those rebates.
Well, you should definitely, in economics, like I say, what is price elasticity?
Right.
price has a very elastic effect on demand. If you want to sell more of something, make it cheaper.
Right.
If you want to sell less of something, make it more expensive. Talking to the government. You want less of it, tax it, regulate it, eventually kill it.
Right.
You want more of it, quit taxing it, quit regulating it, and you'll get a lot more of it. So I think you should find the guy at city council or the city that's in charge of that, get that information on your website, and have him come and talk about that.
Yep.
Because water is going to be a bigger issue. Do you remember that, Ryan? What was that movie about the stock market crash? That guy, The Big Short.
Big Short. Yep, one of my favorites.
Yeah, a classic movie. And what I loved about it is I got my MBA from Arizona State University, and all the MBA instructors and PhD economists and everything I talked to at ASU saying, man, usually Hollywood gets the story wrong. They take a good story and they screw it up and turn it into a love story or drama. And they said that movie explained the hardest thing that all of them have a hard time explaining to their students.
Right.
And he said, those guys, Christian, but they just nailed it.
Yeah.
And those creative deals like they're at a poker match and there's people standing behind the table and then they pause and they're sitting by a Nobel economy. Just great. But guess what that guy's investing all of his money in?
What's that?
Water. That's in the movie. So, dude,
I remember that.
You just start charting the deal. We're running out of water.
Yeah.
We're running out of cheap water because remember the ocean covers 71% of the earth. So when people say we're running out of water, it's like, really? It's not even planet Earth. Earth is only 30% land. It's 70% water. We should call it planet water. But to get that salt out of there,
the desalinization process
it's bloody expensive.
Quite the plant.
So when we say running out of water, we're running out of free cheap water. I mean, usually you've had a water bill this big and electric bill that big.
Yep.
And the rate it's going, your water bill is going to be as big as your electric bill.
Yeah.
So I can see how cities are starting to sit there and think, let's do a lot of stuff to get rid of water.
It's wasteful. Yeah. California, there's a water crisis. It's eased off a little bit, but it's just a huge problem there. Luckily, we have a bit more of a reserve here in the desert, but it is, like you say, since 30 years that you've lived here, it is going up. It's going to continue.
Dude, think about this. I posted this on my website the other day. 1945, Phoenix had 60,000 people.
Right, yep. What are we at right now?
Now the metro is 3.8 million.
Oh, my gosh.
When I got here 30 years ago, before you were born in 87, Ahwatukee had 25,000 people. Now it has 85,000 people. And they're still developing.
Yep.
So,
it's insane, the development going on here.
And if you go around the world, the whole world is migrating to within 15 degrees of the equator because, why do you want to live in Norway and Scandinavia and Alaska and Siberia? Right. So they're moving this way.
I don't know if you heard about the events going down in Cape Town, South Africa. That's one of the biggest metropolitan cities in the world, and they are on a complete water crisis. If you want water, you have to go wait in line and get your reserve of 25 gallons a day now, and it's insane. That's one of the larger cities. That is the largest city in Africa.
I've lectured dentists there. I've lectured to dentists in 50 countries.
In Cape Town, Africa.
And I've been to Cape Town, and I think I took 3 of my 4 boys with me to that.
Yep.
And,
so it's insane.
Love Africa. Love Serengeti. Love Tanzania, Somalia, Ethiopia. Just love those places. No more devil's advocate. True or false? Well, if they do that, don't they treat the dirt with all these chemicals so that in 15, 20 years, if I decide I'm not going to do anymore, I'll pull it out and then I'll plant grass and it won't grow? And they'll say that's because they laid down all these chemicals, so now the dirt will never grow. True or false?
Well, when we do remove the lawn, we use a pre-emergent spray. It is a chemical that keeps grass from growing back. It's going to keep weeds from growing back. If you did go ahead and put down a new lawn, I don't know for sure if it's going to grow back or not, but it's definitely I would say it's going to grow back if you go ahead and reseed and, you would have to probably, do a process where you would, have to treat the land maybe, but...
Or lay down some new topsoil on it.
Something like that. And
so it is an issue then?
I would say we are putting down...
How long does that retreatment stuff last?
It's supposed to just last for the whole time. It's not...
The whole 15 years.
It's going to make it so nothing has the chance to grow back. Because when we remove all of the sod. There should be no more material to allow that type of growth. One, on top
So
of that,
you shave off the dirt.
yes, we shave off.
So you're
the
basically
dirt.
in rock.
Yeah, we basically hit exactly rock. What was the foundation of the pad before they started building on the real estate, and we douse that with a pre-emergent spray. They're gonna work. They're made to work, but I do feel that if you came down the line and you wanted a lawn again, it'd be possible to do. You'd probably have to, turn the soil, or figure. I'm not a landscape expert per se, but it would probably be an issue.
The reason I never switched to the desert landscaping
Mm-hmm.
is because my grandkids love the grass in the swing set. I mean, I'm not going to replace that with barrel
rocks.
cactus and yuccas and things that'll make them come in the house and cry.
Right.
While Grandpa's pulling cactus thorns out of them.
Right.
I love cactus. I just don't want to see Taylor and Gunner and Emma and Lexi run into a Soro full speed.
Yep.
So what percent of your business is actually putting in lawn versus a putting green? Like my buddy, my best friend Dennis up the street, he put in a whole. He did it just for golfing.
Yep.
What percent of your business is grass, lawn versus putting greens?
I would say the ratio is going to be a 70-30 ratio.
It's 30% putting greens?
I would say somewhere around there. We do a significant amount more of lawns. It is more of a demand, but there is quite the demand for the putting greens as well. That's a niche in its own.
But do you do that too, or do you refer that out?
No, we do. We're specialists in the putting greens and synthetic grass lawns. So those two things.
So let's talk putting greens. Because Ahwatukee loves golf. I mean, God, how many golf courses out there? There's Ahwatukee. There used to be the Lakes.
Yep.
There's Foothills. There's Club West. Is that the 4?
Yep.
So we had 4. We're down to 3.
Yep.
But people just love to golf. So what is the average golf course? Is it like one putting green? Is it a big area with 3 or 4 holes? What does that usually look like?
The average putting green is probably 600-ish square feet, with about 4 holes. And what's really cool about the putting greens is you can have them uniquely designed to your yard, with the breaks in the putting green. So the way the ball rolls on the grass, it'll have a curve to it and contour to it. So it's really professional, very professional style putting greens. And it really takes a feel for when it comes to the installer, having the right installer who can really do it, and knows what they're doing, has that feel. Because at that point, it really becomes an artwork. How they're maneuvering the dirt and compacting it and giving you the finished product that is the professional style putting green. And
what is the average golf putting course contract cost on average?
they're about double the price of a regular lawn. So
Which you're saying is about $4,000 in Ahwatukee.
Yep.
Yeah. What's more fun? Do you put in lawns or golf courses?
The putting greens are a lot of fun to do. Customers are always just blown away by the actual work. You can just waste time on them. They're really a lot of fun. If you're having gatherings with family, kids, your kids are gonna waste a lot of time on it. If you have parties, it's a good thing. Having a beer with some friends and at barbecuing. It's a lot of fun. So they're a lot of fun to build. It's really fun to give that to somebody, because it's more than just a lawn. It's really cool. Yeah, I like them a lot.
Are you a golfer yourself?
I am not the best golfer, but I do golf.
What was that Tiger Woods joke he used to have? A lion would never drive drunk, but a tiger would. That's my only golf joke. I know you're passionate. You're always talking about the subcontracting for contractors, and you're always talking about your vertically integrated synthetic grass installation, all that stuff.
Yep.
What does that all mean, and why is that a big? What is that? Why are you so passionate about that?
It's a big deal. The vertical integration for us is a big deal to us because we have designed our own products, and that gives us complete control over the product that we give you at the end. So we know what we're gonna install. We know how it's gonna look, and we know what comes along with the territory. So it just gives us control over the whole entire process. the grass itself, the guys working on the project, the finished result, and it just gives us, puts us in a really good position to help our customers.
It's like one of the reasons I don't wear a wig is because they look so fake.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I have a wig, but it looks fake and it keeps falling off. It's kind of like in dentistry, like people know a bad wig, but they wouldn't know a good wig.
Right.
I mean, I've been surprised over the years how many patients tell me that one of my sisters, I'll say, that lady's really got nice hair. And she goes,
right.
Howard, that's a wig. I'm like,
right.
Really? That's a wig? How do you know that's a wig? But are any of these fake grass lawns good enough to where if I drove down the street, I wouldn't even know that was an artificial lawn?
Absolutely.
Or do they all look fake? Like there's, I mean, so can you fake my neighbor out that if someone drove by my house, they wouldn't even know that was fake?
Absolutely. We get
Seriously.
comments all the time.
Because my next question is going to be, is there more than one shade of an artificial lawn, or are they all the same shade?
No. So there are a bunch of products out there, and that's why we like having our hands on our products so much, is because we can provide you. That's one of the things about our products is they look so realistic. So our competitors' grasses, we feel they have a shinier, plasticier
that's the look.
It looks like plastic, and I can tell that it's fake. Our synthetic grass lawns look real. When you look at them, they look. It's very hard to distinguish.
Can
actually.
you get on Tukey Town and start a thread under local business? And did you have before and after pictures?
Yep, all the time.
All the time. And I know my son, he'd been friends with fifth grade. I remember one time he drove to Albuquerque with you because Zach likes drones.
Yep, I think.
But I wish you said, because I think a lot of people, it's dentistry is the same as your business where they say, "Oh my God, I broke my front tooth in a crown." They'll know it's fake a mile away. And I said, well, you always notice the really ugly fake crowns that you can tell a mile away, but there was 1 million crowns done here in Ahwatukee by 40 different dentists that you couldn't notice.
Right.
That you probably have to be a dentist or a hygienist or a dental assistant to know.
Yep.
But I think a lot of people are thinking, well, I don't want to have my yard look like a plastic.
Right.
They would want it to look pretty. I mean, the number one most expensive thing Americans ever buy in their lifetime is what?
Their homes.
Nope. Taxes.
Oh, wow.
So you'll spend the most money on taxes, next house, next car. So if your house is your second biggest purchase your whole life, you don't want it to look like a plastic.
Right. You don't want it to
They
look
want
like
it to look pretty.
A playhouse, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you can make it look pretty.
Yep, we make your house look pretty. We make your house look pretty.
Could it go on my head? Could you put artificial grass on my head?
We could. We've done.
The 3-inch nails, I'm starting to wonder if that would work, because at 3 inches, you might actually hit my walnut brain.
Some liquid nails on there.
If we can find some 1-inch nails, I'm pretty sure you won't hit anything that's working. I wish you would do that, because I think a lot of the people listen to this and say, man, if it looked all natural.
Right. And that's what we focus on.
And I get my return on investment. You're saying 3 years, but $4,000 divided by $200 a month is only 20 months. That's only 1.6 years.
And that number will range in the cost for people.
But I mean, it's kind of like solar. When they started coming out with solar, it's like everybody knew
you're gonna
that solar's not going to work until the price comes down to where if you install it, it costs the same as your electric bill current today.
Yep.
Because if my electric bill was $1 a month and you installed the solar and you financed it for 6 years for $1 a month, I'm like, well, that's even Steven. Then in 6 years I don't have an electric bill. Right. So if there's a lot of people in Ahwatukee say I don't like the carbon dioxide of all that unregulated exhaust. I don't like the noise. I don't like the water bill. I don't like dealing with the maintenance people. But I think the next thing they would have is fear of what the hell it's going to look like. So you should post a lot of cases. You should post every case you got in one thread.
Yep, on Tukey Town.
On Tukey Town.
Yep, you can see we do actively right now. You can see on Instagram, and we'll most definitely do that on Tukey Town as well.
So you're on Instagram and Facebook?
Yep, Tukey Town.
Okay, now can I tear that up?
Now Tukey Town, Facebook, and Instagram.
Okay, can I censor my Since I think of you as a son, can I give you a fatherly talk and school you on those 3 things?
Please.
Okay, so Facebook, when you post on Facebook, less than 6% of your followers will see you.
Okay.
And Facebook
Algorithms.
and by the way, I know Facebook really, really well because the founder, Mark Zuckerberg, his dad is a dentist. His dad's my friend. He's sat in this same chair 3 different times, schooling dentists on how to use Facebook. But Facebook is what you call pay to play. They only organically, they're only going to push it out if you're boosting the post. Because Facebook figures when you get on there, you don't want to see from all these deals. You want to see what your cousin Eddie posted, what your Desert Vista buddies posted. So they're only going to push out stuff your buddies from Desert Vista are posting.
Right.
Whereas on Instagram, it's a direct feed. So if you have 100 followers, you post on Instagram, all 100 see it.
Scroll and you see
Facebook, you have 100 followers, 6 are going to see it.
Wow.
So you want to put your time, and the only reason Instagram is direct feed is because they're in competition with Snapchat.
Yep.
And they've almost killed Snapchat by
they're
taking all their ideas and innovations. Their stock's down half. But until Snapchat dies, and then the minute Snapchat dies, Instagram will be like Facebook. So what are your free direct feeds? Where if you build up a following from your website that you make a post, I'll get your direct feeds are currently Instagram until Snapchat dies. Twitter and LinkedIn.
Okay.
And remember, I don't want to get into politics, but I really think one of the hugest reasons that Donald Trump became the president of the United States because of Twitter, because at night only 1 million people watched CNN, and 3 million watched Fox, and he had like 20 million on Twitter. So he could get 20 times the audience of CNN while he's sitting there in a chair just tweeting. And so I would build up all the direct feeds, the Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Number 2, kids like Instagram and Snapchat because you're in your 20s. But every businessman in Ahwatukee uses LinkedIn. And what's great about LinkedIn, it too is a direct feed. So if you get 100 followers, because all these businesses out here, if they do math. So if you said, your lawn costs you $2 a month, and if you do this in 36 months, you have 0 cost. I mean, you'll save money. So I would add Twitter and LinkedIn.
Okay. We do need those. Those 2 are.
Now you still have other ones. You still have Pinterest and Google Plus. But I don't. Google Plus. The joke is only employees from Google use it. Pinterest. Pinterest. I think it has severe problems because they don't have a business model yet. They don't have a revenue model. So get big into right now. Your best play is Instagram, but direct streams where all your followers get it. So you need to add Twitter and LinkedIn. And so back to money cost. So mom and dad are out there listening to you, and they're thinking, how much is the consultation?
Free consultations.
Really?
Free consultations.
Smart man.
Yes, sir.
So how do they contact Brendan Gray from Grey's Anatomy? You can just call him Mr. McSteamy McDreamy. And that's what all the women at Desert Vista call you. Did more girls at Desert Vista call you McSteamy or McDreamy? McDreamy. So how do they? So would they go to 21stcenturygrass.com?
They go to 21stcenturygrass.com. They can put in all of their information. They can put in what their needs are. A little note to us. We get that information and we reach out to you, or they can call us directly. They can find that number on our website. They can find it on our Instagram. They can find it on our Facebook. You can find it anywhere basically on the internet. And we set you up with free consultations.
Switch to synthetic grass. Artificial grass is the way of the future. Artificial lawns, dog runs, and play areas are cost efficient and eco-friendly. Benefits of synthetic grass lawns include conserves water, no maintenance, reduces allergies. I didn't even think of that. Frees up your time, looks and feels great. Allergies, my God.
The allergies is a huge one.
Drive to work, I drive past a doctor who all he does is allergies. So allergies a huge one?
Gigantic.
And is it the pollens from their own yard? I mean, when they do this, are they telling you my allergies were better?
They're telling me, we're hearing, because the dogs aren't rolling around in the grass anymore, bringing that onto the couch, onto the bed. The kids, it's the same thing. So it's a real big problem.
So you're saying that if you have allergies, you should give your dog away. And we have free classifieds on Toogie Town. If you're sneezing and blowing your nose, go to Toogie Town, free classified ads. Take my dog, I'm sneezing on the couch.
Or get synthetic grass.
So I didn't even think of that. That's amazing. What else? Then reading along. Putting greens are a beautiful and fun way to add value to your backyard. Whether you're a passionate golfer or a once-in-a-while golfer, our expert design team will create the perfect layout for you. The benefits of a putting green include conserves water, great for hosting friends, sheds strokes off your golf score, aesthetically pleasing, cost efficient. So I notice on all these deals, cost comes up, and like I said, aesthetically pleasing. That's why I think you got to post a lot of cases. Also go on to say, our commercial artificial turf is popular for retail stores, office landscaping, conference center landscaping, walkways, and playgrounds. Here are just a few of the benefits of commercial artificial grass. Conserves water, aesthetically pleasing, economical, no maintenance, saves money. I mean, that is a very neat deal.
Right.
And then welcome to 21st Century Grass. We are passionate about our mission to make artificial grass the standard of our future. We know that our precious water is running out, and the time to do something is now. We guarantee that our experts will be installing the latest technologies in synthetic grass with products that will average a lifespan of 15 to 25 years. Our solutions will even help you save resources in your wallet too. We specialize in helping clients create the lawn or property of their dreams with artificial grass. Phoenix is our headquarters, but we do provide service across the local area. We continue to exceed our customers' expectations with our expertise of the products, enjoyable interactions, and the finest precision when installing. If you have any questions for us, please don't hesitate to call. Can I say your phone number?
Absolutely.
480-323-5033. That's 480-323-5033. His website is 21stcenturygrass.com. That is amazing. I didn't think of allergies.
Yep.
And that is amazing. But and then another question I was going to say, what if they don't have $4,000 or $8,000 for a golf course? Do you have any financing plans? Is there any?
We do. We have a link. There is a link on the website where they are directed to a financing company. They fund very quickly. You have to apply. They go ahead, gather all the information on the customer, and they fund very quick. So that's a way they can get financing on their projects.
So that's with Lightstream?
Yes, that's with Lightstream.
4.99% APR rate.
Yep.
Landscape financing.
Yep.
So does Lightstream just do landscape financing?
Yep, and projects, stuff like that, home improvement.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I noticed that I have no more credit after the divorce. I can't afford. They won't finance me a go-kart at this point. I'm just kidding. They do 24 to 36 months. They can do 48 months, 60 months, 72 months, 84 months. So they
do
can
up
finance
to, big projects.
They do it up to
small.
84 months.
I believe there's a minimum. I think it's like $4,000 is their minimum.
Yeah.
Or something, but they do fund from there up to I think it's like $100,000.
$100,000. What's the most expensive job you've done to date?
The most expensive job was about $60,000.
Damn.
Yep.
What'd they have done?
That was a dog park in New Mexico. Yep, and that was the one.
Oh, that was one that Zach went to. It was a dog park.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so this is kind of a rude question.
Absolutely.
So you have a dog, and every morning he wants out and he wants to go pee in the backyard. Does it pee on the fake grass?
Yep, goes pee on the fake grass. There is a specific sand, infill sand, made for this, and it's called zeophil. And it's actually a volcanic ash is what the product is. It's organic. It's safe.
That's what the grass is made out of?
That's what this sand is. And
underneath.
This sand goes on top of the grass, and then we power broom the sand into the thatching of the grass, and that keeps the grass standing up. One, keeps the grass standing up, looking aesthetically pleasing over time. Two, combats the pneumonia. So when the dog goes pee on the grass, it neutralizes the pneumonia so it doesn't smell over time, as well as the germs, so you don't have a cesspool of germs over time, and it's safe for everybody to keep playing on. Now, the Zeofill is the product that we use, the pet infill that we use to neutralize the pet germs and smell. It's guaranteed for 5 years, so there is a chance that has to be replenished over time, but it's very inexpensive, easy to do.
You know, it's how long they use to
5 years.
5 years. Dude, get rid of that 8.
I know.
And then prorate to half to 12. No way. Young kids don't understand risk. Like it's always amuses me when a young kid is afraid of flying airplanes. It's like, dude, that's the number one cause of your death till you're going to be like 30. I mean, I'm going to get prostate and a heart attack and heart disease. You're not. The number one place a kid is going to die is in that car, and it's going to eat 40,000 Americans a year.
Right.
And you Desert Vista kids, you thought the problem when you were growing up that everybody's getting killed by drunk drivers.
Right.
Drunk driving, they've cracked down on it so hard, it's not even in the top 5. But the number of mortalities has gone from 30,000 a year to 40,000 because you kids are all on Instagram going like this.
Texting and driving.
And Facebook. And it's distraction. It's distraction, it's texting, and then they have their sound notifications on, so you're driving down the car and all of a sudden you got a ding. You're like, oh my God, who's that?
Crash, fumbling.
And then another thing when your age group is number of people in the car. You're safest by yourself. You had a second one, a third one. By the time you have 4,
it's the most dangerous.
because somebody's always in another seat saying, "Oh my God, look at that! Look, look!"
Yeah.
And you're going through there and texting, "What? Don't bother me. I'm texting."
Right.
So you know that's gosh, you would think that maybe they come out with technology that this phone is moving faster than a human can run. You know, if it's doing 15 minutes, you know, it's walking.
Yep.
At 6 minutes, you know, it's a fast runner. So by the time you get down to 3-minute miles, the thing should shut off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think that could save 10,000 Americans a year.
You're right, but you know the thing is, people like to do dumb stuff, and like that's the one thing, and it may not be the trend for the future, but companies that go that route and like making it so it's safer, a lot of them fail.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, a lot of them do. Like,
humans are
when it
crazy
comes to
animals.
apps, they like to be dumb.
Yeah, humans are crazy animals. They think a lot higher of themselves than they really are.
And that's why the apps don't do that. They don't do that because they're afraid their app will fail.
Yeah.
Because people want to be dumb, Snapchatting and driving. It's like, oh my gosh. So that's why the apps aren't jumping on board, and it's nuts.
You know, when people ask me, what percent of people do you think are crazy? I go, well, when you go to the Phoenix Zoo, do you say what percent of the giraffes are crazy? Do you say what percent of the hippos are crazy?
Right.
We're all animals. We're all crazy.
Yeah. Percentage.
I don't trust one of those hippos.
Yeah.
I'm not crawling in the cage with the gorilla.
Yeah.
I'm not petting the lion. And from 1900 to 2000, I think just in war, humans killed like 140 million of each other.
Right.
That's a wild ass animal.
Right.
When your tribe kills 140 million, I mean, you got 7.5 billion people trapped on the surface of a rock, and they're flying around the sun once a year.
Crazy things are going to happen.
Crazy things are going to happen
On account of the humans.
Yeah.
So
I'm so damn proud of you. I really am.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you, and I hope I hope this podcast gets you some new accounts. I hope all your new accounts are on my street, so I don't have to hear blowers again for the rest of my life, and I can sleep longer. And my gosh, I hope you post on some before and after cases, because it looks like on your website.
Oh, we will.
The main thing you talk about is costs and aesthetics.
Yep.
I personally want to see the aesthetics,
Yep.
because again,
That's why landscape is there, aesthetics.
again, like there's this one guy on Equestrian Center where you can tell that's fake grass from a mile away.
Yep.
And when I see that, I kind of like
Cringe, yeah.
cringe.
Yep.
But if I figured out that when I walk to my dental office at least 3-4 days a week,
Oh, really? Yep.
and it's 1.5 miles, 1.5 miles.
Yep.
If I found out, and you know how I would get to Safeway from my house, if that. I mean, I walk the same path. I mean, you go down Tonto,
Yep.
you go up 36th Street, you go down Equestrian Center, you go on the 48. If I found out I'd been walking by a house and it had artificial grass and I didn't know it, I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Yep.
So think about that next time you leave my house and you go, I don't know which way you go out of here, but whenever you leave my house, drive to my office or to Safeway.
Find one.
Because if you can point to old grandpa that, Dad, Howard, that house, and I say, damn, I would do it.
Yep.
So cost, you got financing, you got the aesthetics. It was an honor to podcast interview you.
Oh, it's an honor to be here.